This is Mamadou. He holds a bachelor's degree from the University of Guinea. 3 years after graduating, he still could not find a job. So he created a small business in his community. But just like many small businesses in Africa, he failed. He didn't have enough connection to make it work. Mamadou was so determined to bring his family out of poverty that he decided that if it was not through business, maybe it was going to be through being an illegal immigrant working in Europe. This is Mamadou being rescued by the Italian Coast Guard. You see, this could have been me. Mamadou's story is not isolated. See, Africa has failed us economically. Only 15% of African trade is within Africans. When you remove South Africa, it falls down to less than 5%. As a result, small businesses on the continent do not survive. And when you consider that 80% of the workforce in Africa is employed by small businesses, and that 77% of Africans are below 35 years old, this is a time bomb waiting to explode. But first, let me explain you the typical supply chain for a small business in Africa. This is moringa juice produced by Asiba in Benin. That moringa juice typically will follow this route. Distributors, wholesalers, semi-wholesalers, retailers, and then consumers. By the time her product reaches the consumer, it's already too expensive, and she just cannot compete with imported goods. At the same time, for the past 20 years, Africa has been rising with mobile adoption from 1% in years 2000 to 44% in 2017. Mobile adoption in Africa kept skyrocketing, and that number is expected to double by 2025. This is a huge market opportunity. There could be a catalyst for a disruption for economic change in Africa. So at Exportunity, we use that channel to help the moringa juice of Asiba to reach the end consumer faster with our on-demand app. So the supply chain looks like this now: distributor, retailer, and consumer. So how does it work? That is Valdo, a young trader from Exportunity. He goes and enrolls Ayaba, who is a retailer in a small market in Benin. Ayaba, then enrolled on our app, can purchase her B2B supplies from our platform directly from the factory. And also, she can sell her product directly to the end consumer using our app. And Valdo, who enrolled her, makes a commission on every sale she makes. And with our on-demand app, Halim, who is an independent delivery guy from the neighborhood, also makes money on delivery. How do we make money? Our online shops are a freemium model. We also collect trading fees from B2B and B2C trade. And we issued, with the help of the United Bank for Africa, our own Bono Visa cards, the export cards, making our transactions operate in a closed loop. We also make revenue from the sale of the cards, from the transactions made on the cards, and also from the cash out on ATMs. Today, after 2 years of piloting in Benin, we have become the largest distribution network in our country, with over 600 retail points. We've trained 800 young people to become traders. With the National Post, we signed a contract, granted us with 108 offices in the country, and our cards, without marketing, have had an organic growth, allowing $230,000 offloading from our consumers. Our team, myself, I'm an IT engineer. I'm a Forbes 30 under 30, Stanford Seed, Yali, and many other recognition, but I think our stronger recognition is our team. Young people who have been with us in this same dream for over 6 years, who are traders, and with an IT expertise, Claude, Mathilde, with communication expertise, and Mark, legal expertise, allow us to attack the market with much more poise and organization. They trust us. the United Bank for Africa, which has just granted us with $1 million line of credit to distribute our cards in the 20 countries where they are, with the marketing support as well. We also have Nestle, Microsoft, ITC, Afrexim Bank, who all believe in our vision. From personal funds, we've raised to date 300,000 US dollars. We are now raising 760,000 US dollars to finance our expansion to 10 West African countries, create 10,000 online shops, 50,000 trader jobs over the next 2 years. So if you believe the young Africans deserve a ladder to prosperity, please come talk to us. Thank you.